This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning all. Welcome to Online IT Software Solutions. Okay, so today's session we will be discussing about Maven. Maven, okay, which is very important and which is widely used in Java world. Okay, so what is Maven? How we are going to use this Maven? How it is helpful in building the project? All these things we will discuss. So before that, we will look into agenda for today's session. Today's session agenda, right? First, I'm going to talk about what is Maven. Okay, it is Maven, and what are the problems Maven will solve? What are the problems developers face, and how Maven will face while developing projects, and how Maven will solve this problems. Okay, how Maven will solve these problems. Coming to the next point. Okay, dependency management. Okay, dependency management with and without Maven. Okay, by using Maven, how can we manage the dependencies required to our project, and without Maven, how we can manage that? What problem we will face without using Maven if we do so? So that part I will explain. Okay, without Maven, manage dependency management with and without using Maven. Okay, without using Maven. Next one, Maven archetype. Archetypes. I will explain about that. Maven archetypes. We have several different archetypes. We will explain. We will discuss on that. Okay. How Maven works. How Maven works. Okay. Structure of Maven. How Maven works. Okay. Maven architecture and how Maven works. Okay, this point we are going to discuss. And sixth point, building and running projects using Maven. Building and running projects using Maven. Okay, and standard directory structure. We will discuss about this standard directory structure given by Maven. Whenever we use Maven, we'll generate one directory structure. We are going to discuss about that. Okay. Then pom.xml file. Need to talk about this and advantages of using Maven. Okay, structure of pom.xml file. Okay, structure of pom.xml file. Then we are going to talk about Maven commands. The end. Maven commands. Then we will see how to create project using Eclipse IDE, to create Maven project using Eclipse IDE. All right. So these many points we need to discuss on Maven. Okay. So coming back to our first agenda, first point, what is Maven now? Okay. Maven, it's called as project management tool. What is Maven? It is called as project management tool or build tool also. It is called as build tool. Okay, project management tool or build tool. Okay, most popular and useful tool for dependency management and dependency management. Most popular tool for dependency management and build management. Dependencies, you can manage your project dependencies and you can manage your entire project build by using Maven. So we will discuss about in detail. So here I have a couple of questions. What do you mean by dependencies now? What is that? Dependencies is nothing but, okay, dependency, okay, dependency, or you can call it as dependencies also. So dependency is simply something. Assume that you have created one Java project, okay, and you are trying to automate some stuff using Selenium. Then there is a Selenium dependency you need to add to build that project to use the Selenium classes and interfaces which are provided by Selenium. Okay, to automate that particular web page or website, whatever it is, you are going to make use of Selenium. Assume that you're going to make use of Selenium. So to make use of Selenium, you want to make use of the classes and interfaces inside your Selenium. Then you need to add that Selenium dependency to your project. You must add dependency to our project first. Okay, project first. So by adding these dependencies only, we will be able to make use of these classes and interfaces, right? Now another example I would like to give here. Assume that I am developing some web application using Java. Now to develop this web application, I am choosing Spring framework. Okay, Spring framework. I am going to make use of Spring framework. So now what I should do? So whenever I create my project, so I want to make use of the classes and the interfaces present inside this Spring framework. Okay, to build my web application, need to make use of the classes and interfaces present inside this Spring framework. So I need to add Spring framework dependencies. Spring framework dependency is nothing but jar files. Okay, jar files I need to download from the internet. I need to go to springframework.org website, official website of Spring framework. If I type here, okay, I can go. Spring Framework org. I can go. Okay, I can go to this website and I need to download the dependencies. Okay, Spring Framework dependencies I need to download. And I need to add it to my project. I need to add it to my project. Okay, so like this, I need whichever the dependency I want, I need to download that from the internet and I need to add. Okay, for example, I'm going to Selenium website. Okay, go to downloads. You can see here Selenium WebDriver jar I want for Java. So this particular jar file I need to download first. Download and add it to my project as dependencies. Okay, in the build path it should come. Add this jar dependencies to our project. Okay, our project. So we are going to do that making use of Eclipse. Okay, so but the problem here is we are going to add like this. Assume that I have thousands of jar files. I need to download and add it. Is it possible? Like I am having Hibernate framework. I need. Okay, I need JUnit framework for unit testing purpose. I need Spring Framework jar. Okay, and I need some driver jar files. Okay, all these jar files I need to search one by one, download it and add it to my project. In this, what happens if we miss any jar file, we might run into issues. Our project may not compile. So what Maven helps us to do here is, you don't do it manually. Maven says you don't do it manually. I am the responsible to download the jar. You just tell me which jar you want. Do you want Selenium jar? Okay, let me know which jar you want. I am responsible to download that jar from the internet. Add it into your dependency build path. Okay, add it to your build path. Like this, you can mention n number of jar files, n number of dependencies to Maven. So Maven will take care of all these things, and there is no missing out of any jar files. Okay, so that is nothing but dependency and the Maven, about Maven, right? Maven is a build or project management tool which handles dependencies for us within the project. Right? So you understood how with Maven and without Maven, what is the problem we are going to face, right? Without Maven, what happens? We might miss some jars when we download manually, right? But with using Maven, okay, Maven is responsible to download the jar files from the internet. I will say download the dependencies from the internet and add it to our build path or class path, you can say, or class path. Okay, this is the job of Maven, and we have to tell Maven which dependencies I need, my project requires. And this part I will explain in a while. Okay, how to tell that I'll explain in a while. Okay, but this is the job of Maven. Okay, with using Maven, or I can say by using Maven, this is going to happen. It is going to download the jar file for us. It will add it to class path or build path. Right now, structure of Maven, I will just explain structure of Maven. How the structure of Maven will be. Okay, I'm going to take here one app. Assume that this is my application. Okay, this is my application. Okay, and in the right side we have Maven central repository. Maven central repository is available in the internet. Maven central repo. Maven central repository. Maven central repository is available. Okay, Maven central repository is available, and I have my application in the left hand side. Now, what is my job now here? I don't have to download the jar files from the internet and add it to build path or class path. Now, whose responsibility is that? Maven's responsibility. So, what I'm going to do here, simply will tell which dependency I want. I want Selenium dependency. I want JUnit dependency. Okay, I want Cucumber dependencies. Okay, like this I will mention, and here our Maven is sitting. Okay, assume that our Maven is there in between our project. Okay, Maven is there. This is our Maven. What our Maven does is it will see, okay, we need this many dependencies. It will go and check in our local repository. If it is not available, just download from the internet. Download that dependencies from the internet, like Selenium it will download, JUnit it will download, Cucumber it will download. Okay, it will download like this, right? Okay, so this is the architecture of Maven. Architecture of Maven. Okay, now I will explain how Maven works internally. Internally, how the Maven is going to function. Okay, similarly, I will take the same thing. I'm going to take my app here. This is my application, and in my application, I need some dependencies. I will take Selenium, JUnit, anything you want, you can take Cucumber, Spring, Hibernate, etc. Okay, Hibernate, etc. You can take, and then this is going to talk to our Maven. Okay, our Maven will read these dependencies. What dependencies I want? Okay, Maven is going to identify these dependencies. The first step is going to happen this only. It will go and check what dependencies my user is asking. Okay, this is step number 1. Then what happens? The Maven will get to know these dependencies by reading configuration file. Okay, it will read the configuration file. It will get to know the dependency. Okay, it will get to know the dependency. You get to know the dependencies, what dependency my project requires. Then what it will do is it will go and check in the local computer, our local repository first. Okay. So he is asking for Selenium. Let me see if I have Selenium repository is available in my this is my local repository. Okay, this is my local machine. Okay, local machine. Okay, it will go and check for the repository here. Okay, and it is going to see if these dependencies, whatever the configuration I have mentioned, is it available or not. This is step 2. It does, right? Now it will immediately identify that those are not available. Okay, I'm building this project for the first time, and those are not available in my local repository. Then immediately what my Maven will do, it will go to Maven central repository. Okay, it will go to Maven central repository, download all the required jar files from here, or download all the required jar files from here. Okay, and it will download it to your local repository. Okay, this is third step. It will download all the required dependencies to local repository. It will save in the local repository. Okay, step 2 is what? Identify if the repository, identify if the local repository has these dependencies. Okay, if no, then download from the Maven central repository and add it to your local repo. Okay, and then once this does this step, then it will build. You can build it is ready to build the project. Okay, it is ready to build this project now. Okay, build project. Yes, fourth step is going to build the project for us. Okay, this much functionality internally Maven does. Okay, now I'm going to talk about how we can install Maven in our local computer. So currently, if I go to my command prompt, if I run any command, mvn f1 version, this is the command to check version of your Maven. Okay, if I hit enter, I can see Maven is not recognized as internal or external command. So Maven is not available in my machine yet. I need to configure it now. Download and configure it. So how we are going to do that now? Now first thing, I'm going to say Google. I'll go to Google. Okay, I will hit the download Maven. That's it. Okay, and go to the first link. Here, just scroll a little bit. Here you can see 4 links are there. Okay, if you are using the Linux machine, then go for this tar file. Okay, and if you are using Windows file, you can choose this binary file, zip file. Okay, binary zip file, and you can just hit this link. Okay, this link. If I click on this, I'm going to cancel this because I already downloaded that. If I go to my downloads, you can see here I have Apache Maven 3.8.1. Okay, it is in the zip format currently. What should I do now is go and say extract all. Okay, once I extract everything, I'm able to see one folder here, Apache Maven 3.8.1-bin. I'll just open this file. So you are able to see the bin file, boot file, config file, lib file inside that, right? So this is actually our Maven. So what I'm going to do here is just open this and copy this and click on this PC, come back to come back to your seed, right? And I will paste it here. Okay, I'm pasting it. All right, I pasted my Maven file, downloaded file, Apache Maven downloaded file. Just double click on this. Okay, I'm going to copy the path up to bin folder. Okay, just copy, and I will save it in a notepad. I'll save it in a notepad like this. Now we need to set the class path for this Maven repository. Maven downloaded Maven binaries. Okay, we need to set the class path. What I'm going to tell here is, sorry, go to advanced. Okay, click on that. It will open system properties like this. Okay, system properties. Click on environment variables. Okay, environment variables. You can see here. Now I will have to create a new environment variable for Maven installation. Click on new and type Maven underscore home. Maven underscore home, and here I need to paste the path for my Maven repository. Maven installation. We have kept this in C folder, right? That path I need to provide. Once I give this, click on OK. Click on OK. Okay. Sorry. Once you click on OK, it will create one new variable like this. One more step is that we need to add this to path variable. How can we add it to path variable? Click on edit, and here hit new. Here I'm going to type percentage Maven, the variable name we give, like Maven underscore home percentage. Okay, that's it. If you give this much, click OK. Click on OK and close this. Okay, once the setup is done, you set class path setup is done. Okay, we can open command prompt now. Command prompt and type nvn -version. Okay, now you can see it is showing the version of Apache Maven which we have set up in the class path. Okay, so that is how we are going to install Maven in our machine. Okay, so next part. Okay, Maven, whenever we create a project using Maven, it will give me in standard file structure. Okay, we will discuss the file structure. I'll explain over here. Assume that this is my app application. This is my application folder. Okay, this is my application folder. Like this, inside application folder, we will have subfolders like this. Okay. Subfolders inside this application folder. What and all we will have? We will have source folder first. Source folder, SRC. Source folder will be there. Inside source folder. Okay. Inside source folder, we have two folders, subfolders will be there. Okay, what are the two subfolders? I'm going to draw here. Okay. First folder, Java, where we write all my source codes here. Java folder will be there, and another folder we have resources folder. Here all properties file I can keep, configuration files I can keep. Okay, resources. Java resources folder. Okay, in Java source files we can keep. Source files we can mention, we can keep here. And in resources folder, what we are going to keep? Configuration related files, configuration files like properties file like this. Okay. And we have another folder, test. The test is the source. And like this, I'm taking like this. Here I'm going to draw test file. Test means what? If I'm writing any test cases related to unit test cases related to my Java source code. Okay, that files here it should come. So this is my test folder. Test folder. Under this test folder also we have two files similar to above. Okay, similar to above. Like this. Okay. Here Java and resources. Java means again source file related to test cases, unit test cases. Okay. I'm putting it right here. Source files related to unit tests. But here source file related to actual application. It is actual source file related to actual application. So below we are going to create resources file. Okay. Resources file. Here any resources if you want to keep like configuration file or something, you can again mention that here. Otherwise you can keep it blank, no issue. Okay. Here one more directory will come and another file will come. Okay. Directory is what? Directory is target. What Maven does is whenever it compiles and builds, it will clean up this target file. It will recreate this target file. Inside this, all compiled Java source files, compiled class.class files, it will mention. And if you go to pom.xml, okay, this pom.xml will be present in your root directory. Pom.xml, we will talk about this in detail. Pom.xml is a project object model XML file. Okay, it is a file type is XML file, and it is helpful to tell the Maven which dependency your project is going to use. Okay, so let us discuss about Maven pom.xml file now. Okay, so we saw the structure of our project. Structure of the project will be like this. Here we have pom.xml file. Pom.xml file. Pom stands for what? Project object model. Project object model. Okay, and this file helpful for Maven to this file tells Maven which dependencies okay, which dependencies my project is going to use, which all dependencies I am going to use, and also some details about the dependencies like version of the dependency, name of the dependency, all the details it will have, and also some plugin details, and it will have details about project details. The current project, whatever we created, the project details it will have, and it will have some I can say project metadata, project details or project metadata. Metadata it will have metadata, project metadata, and some information about compiler, which compiler version of Java compiler I need to use, which version of Java compiler I'm going to use. Java compiler I am going to use. I need to use while compiling. Maven is going to compile our class folders, right? Source file, source dot Java files. So compile which particular version of the Java I need to use. Okay, we can mention that there. So basically, your form.xml will have three things. Okay, three things. First thing, assume that this is my form.xml. Form.xml, and this will have project metadata. Will have project metadata, dependency information, and plugin info will be there. Okay, what this project metadata will be helpful for now? Project metadata will have these following things. Project metadata will have, okay, the name of your project, and once the build is complete, once build completes, which package, what type of package I need to use, what type of package I need to make use of, like project name, version, okay, version of your project, and once build completes, which output file should be generated, like jar file you want, war file you want, okay, ER, etc. Okay, jar file, war file, which type of file I need to generate. So we need to, the Maven is going to make use of this information, and when you package this application, it is going to make use of this particular mentioned type, and it will generate. Jar is for standalone applications. War is for web archive type web applications. Okay, we are going to make use of war file for web applications. Okay, now dependencies. I'm going to say like what dependencies I want, which dependency my project needs, like Selenium, Cucumber, or JUnit, which one I want to use, that I need to tell, and version of the dependency, dependencies. Okay, version of the dependency, which version of dependency I need to use, which version of dependency I need to use. Okay, and coming back to plugins, we have several plugins. Okay, plugins is additional custom task to run, like additional custom task given to Maven to run. Like one plugin is there, like called as Maven Surefire plugin. Okay, with this plugin you can mention the class details. Once after build completes, it will execute this particular class. It triggers, like how when we run the main method in Java, it will trigger the application, right? It will trigger the main method. automatically when we run the Java program. By default, JVM is going to call Java main method, right? Main method it is going to call. So that is starting point of our project. So similarly, we can mention by using this Maven Surefire plugin which particular task or additional task to perform. We can tell that using plugins. Okay. And while mentioning the dependencies, we have to give the details to our dependency details. You can say dependency details we need to mention. Okay, we just cannot tell like this Selenium. I want Selenium jar like that. We cannot tell. There is a way to tell that. Okay, of course Selenium jar I want, but how which version it should identify. Okay, where it is available, it has to download from Maven Central repository. So Maven Central repository have a lot of jar files. It has to go and pick that particular jar file only, right? That particular dependency only, right? So because of that reason, we have group ID, artifact ID, group ID, artifact ID, and version. Okay, group ID, artifact ID, and version. Group ID is something, it will be like your package names only, like com.org, or for Selenium it will be org.selenium. Something like this, right? And artifact ID is a name of your project, name of the project it is going, we need to tell. Okay, something like this, Selenium. And the version of the Selenium 3.18 something 0.0. Like this we need to mention, we need to tell in detail. It is giving like address of your house, how you are going to give the address of your house. Okay, if someone unknown person is coming to the city, you need to tell him, okay, you need to come to this particular street, this particular area, this particular street, and then you should come to this particular house number. So that is nothing but these group ID, artifact ID, and versions here, right? Versions. So just think of group ID as your street, and artifact ID as your house name, and version will be your door number, something like that, right? In simple way. So these details we are going to provide it to whom? Maven. So Maven is responsible to download this and add it, right? Now I can talk about creating one particular Maven project in our Eclipse IDE. Okay, let us jump to Eclipse IDE. You can use any version of IDE. You can use any IDE in general. Okay, I'll just launch one particular workspace, or any your favorite IDE you can use, any IDE. Maven support is provided. Okay, for example, if I'm using IDE Selenium, Eclipse IDE, and assume that I am going to create one Maven project. Tomorrow you are going to take my project and you can open in IntelliJ. Okay, IntelliJ also it will support is there for Maven on all the IDEs. Like Eclipse is there, Eclipse, NetBeans, and IntelliJ. All these IDEs are supported by Maven tool. Okay, I just open my Eclipse now. How to create a project in Eclipse now? Maven project I want to create. I will be putting it over here. How to create Maven project in Eclipse. Okay. Now I'll go to Eclipse, file new. Will just hit other. Okay, it will give some list like this. I'll search for Maven. Okay, right click on. I'll just mention the steps here. File, new, other we need to go and search for this is my step 1. Okay, and in step 2 I'm mentioning search for Maven, and it will give you several options like this. Check out from the repository, Maven module, Maven project. Okay, I'll select Maven project, click next. Okay, going to say third point, select Maven project, click next, click on next. Okay, it will give you like this one window, new Maven project. Okay, check this box to create simple project. As of now, I just want to create simple project and use this default location. Okay, default location wherever my workspace I have selected, same location, create me one project like that I am telling. So I'll just, I can say select checkbox, create a simple project. Okay, simple project. So next I will go next. Now here it is asking group ID, artifact ID and version. Okay, and packaging type. Okay, you can just observe here packaging type we have form, var is there, jar is there. Var is for web applications, jar is for standalone applications. Okay, now I will go ahead. So here next window it will appear one window. We need to give group ID. Group ID is how we need to mention group ID here. Group ID how we need to mention. Okay, it is like package name only, com dot something, com dot spring. Like if you are using spring like com, it will be like org dot spring dot something like that. But it is my own project. I want to name it. Okay, if you are creating a open source project, then you should use org as a namespace. Org means org as a namespace you need to make use. It is common naming convention, we call it as. Org means open source, something like that. It's starting with org dot something like this, org dot erp dot something, right? Now I can name it as com. So my commercial applications I'm going to mention as com dot my project package I want to mention erp dot com dot erp dot, yeah, com dot erp is enough for me. Com dot erp is enough. Com dot erp I'm taking. And what is artifact ID? Okay, artifact ID is your project name. What is the name of your project? Oh, ERP I'm going to say. The project name is ERP. And what is the version? Oh, I don't have to mention the version. It's already selected by default. Okay, I don't want to change that. You go here and mention com dot ERP is my package and ERP is my project name. Okay, then hit finish. Once you give this detail, hit finish. Now my new project got created. Okay, you can observe the structure of your project, like how I explained here. First main folder is there. Inside that source folder. Inside that 2 more folders will be there. Main folder, source folder. Inside that we have main, Java and resource folder. Java and resource folder. Here we are going to write the source code for our project. And here we can we have test Java resources. Here we are going to mention about test files, like JUnit testing. If you are doing on your written code here, whatever you are going to write code inside your Java folder, you are going to mention that. So here target file also came just now. Target just a minute. You can observe now it's coming in correct structure. The target folder also coming here. Right, test main inside your target. Okay. We have form.xml, project object model is there. Double click on the project object model. I had explained you three things, what it will have. Now it is having metadata about the project, but we don't have any plugins or anything. Plugins not there and dependencies not there. We can add dependencies here like this. Oh, that is a way to add a dependency like this, or you can go to effective, can go to here dependencies here. Okay, here one dependency tab you see. Go here and click on add. Assume that I want to add a JUnit dependency. So I need to find out JUnit dependency details first. Okay, how we can find out? We need to go to Maven Central repository. Maven Central. Okay, search for Maven Central repository. If I click on the second link, it will open this Maven repository. This is our Maven Central repository. Just search for whatever the jar you want. Search for JUnit. Okay, JUnit jar you can see here. Now you observe here, it is giving all the versions of JUnit. Whatever the versions up till here, it is release, latest release version to first version. All versions will be there. Okay, you can make use of any version, no problem at all. Okay, now what you can tell here is you need to select the version, which version you want to add. Go here, if you click on this, it is giving you pom.xml, pom.file or jar file. Jar. You download, you can download it in jar file format also, or you can just simply copy this dependency below what you are seeing. Okay, copy the dependency. Go back to your pom.xml. Okay, type dependencies here. First you are seeing dependencies selected. Hit enter. Give this. Okay. Once you give this, okay, I'm just rearranging and you can hit save. It is showing here build. Now for the first time, it is saying downloading that particular dependency. Okay. Now you can see here Maven dependency folder also it created. Inside that it added JUnit, whatever the version 4.10 you are saying, that version dependency got added. Now where we can see that our local repository where it will be sitting. Okay, just go to your this PC, go to C drive and go to users. Inside your users, you have the current user who has logged in. Open that. You can see here .m2 folder it has created. Inside the .m2 folder, repository is there. Open that repository. You can see all the dependencies will be downloaded by Maven here. So Maven just downloaded this dependency. You can see today's date it has created one folder JUnit. Okay, it has different versions also. Previously downloaded versions and currently downloaded version also there. Okay, now you can observe here one more thing. Here about the project model, it has mentioned in detail. Okay, but it is using currently 1.5 version, 1.5 version of Java. Okay, but assume that I don't want to make use of this 1.5 version, I can change it. Okay, I can change it. You can say okay, before going into this, okay, I'll show you another thing. You can add dependencies from here also. Okay, just hit add. Now I want to add a test-ng dependency. So how we are going to add that? Go to Maven Central repository. Okay, Maven Central repository. I'm in Maven Central repository. I will search for test-ng. test ng, and I will hit the first link. I can see so many versions are there here also. I'll just take the first version. Now here group ID, artifact ID, and version it is mentioned. What I will do is I will not copy everything and paste. I can copy and paste everything inside pom.xml dependency file that I showed you already. But now I am going to put it here. Group ID I need to copy one by one. I need to copy group ID. Okay, artifact ID I need to copy. Version 7.4.0 and hit OK. Okay, it is coming here. Now if you go back to pom.xml, it will automatically get updated. Automatically gets updated. Okay. Now again hit save. Now again it starts building. It is going to download that jar file from the Maven repository now. It's not there in my local. It downloaded. Okay, built a project. Okay, if I go back to Maven, M2 folder, here hit refresh once. Okay. You should be able to see testng jar here. I can see JUnit jar. The testng jar also should be present. Okay. Testng. Okay, you can see that testng today's date it is there. Testng jar 7.4.0 version. Okay, 7.4.0 version we downloaded, right? Okay. So this is how we are going to make use of this adding dependencies and jar files. Okay. There are several commands are there, and also I have one more important thing to be explained about this particular Maven. Okay, that I will explain in the upcoming session. Thank you so much.